but like you love the results of serving your people, and you love your people enough to sacrifice for them and show up for them every day.
Absolutely.
Mm,
Yeah, I had no preconceived notion that I was going to get deployed to Iraq, and I was going to come back, and I was going to earn a Bronze Star medal, and that was my goal. Like
yeah.
that was never it, whatsoever. And and further your point, so we had we had a convoy. We ended up losing 3 people, right?
Mm,
And then I had a soldier who's next on the rotation, to go on the convoy. And
mm,
everything within that individual, from a humanity standpoint, they should have been scared. We
yeah.
just lost 3 people, to an ID, and it was their turn to go next. And then they were just taking their time trying to get on, trying to get their stuff ready and everything like that. And I walked over, and I was like, "Hey, what's going on? Like convoy's meeting. Like you got to make sure you're over there." And I could just see it in their face. And I'm not a fan of public hazing, so I pulled the individual off to the side, and I was like, "What's going on?" And make no mistake about it, I knew exactly what was going on,
Mhm.
because everyone's scared at this point.
Yeah.
And they said, "Medina, I don't want to go. I'm scared." And I said, "Cool." I said, "I'm gonna go in your place."
Mm,
And again, that had zero to do with me. I
mhm.
said, "I'm gonna go in your place." I was like, "But take today to get your mind right, because we still have 4 months left."
Yeah.
And you still have a convoy rotation that you need to fill.
Yeah.
And the reason that I went for that individual was because if I could have forced them to go, and they could have went,
Yep.
and if something would have happened and
You
they would
couldn't
have
have.
froze
Mm,
and they would have cost somebody else their life, then I
mm.
just failed.
Yep.
And I just cost somebody their life because I just wanted to pull rank, or I just
Yep.
wanted to be the leader, and I wanted to give an order. But
Yeah.
at that time, I didn't want to cost somebody else their life. And I knew at that moment, hey, I'm dealing with the same thing, but I'm managing it a little better. I'm gonna go, because if something does happen, we need an individual who's willing to fight, who's not going to
Yeah.
cost somebody else their life. And that was the sole purpose that I went.
Yeah. Yeah. And that, I mean, that is the literal definition of the thrill of the fight, right? Is that you show up and you had to be your best when your best was necessary.
Absolutely.
The thing about leadership is that you sometimes have to put yourself in uncomfortable situations as an example to the rest of the team,
Absolutely.
to instill in them a fire that may not be there. So yeah, I I applaud you. I I've never heard this story. Thank you for that. That's
Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
And then that moment, like the Army, we have these 7 values, and there's duty. And I could
Mhm.
have harped on that, like, oh, you have a duty and all this other stuff to go. But a part of that is also personal courage
Mm,
at that point. And I couldn't ask somebody, going all the way back to the beginning, I can't ask somebody to lock in on their personal courage if I'm not willing
that's
to
real.
lock in on my personal courage, and show them that I'm willing to lock in on my personal courage.
That's real.
So at that point, the speech wasn't like, hey, we have a duty, like you have a duty to go on. No, 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 no. Like, lesson here is personal courage, and I'm going to show you how to
Yeah,
lock in on personal courage. And I'm willing to lock in on personal courage so you can lock in on personal courage.
that's outstanding.
Yeah.
Thank you.